promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
But
me
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find you
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
But
me
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find you
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home on the Wave, 94.5 and 93.7 FM. Brought to you by Quartz Ready Cash.
Are you struggling because you don't have enough money for bills, repairs, or an emergency? No worries. With Quartz Ready Cash, start fresh with the money you need now. Get up to $20,000. There's no deposit required, and the application process is fast and hassle-free. You can get approved in as little as 24 hours. Visit any of our branches or apply online at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com/St. Lucia or call us today at 457-8100 for more information. Contact us today to start fresh with the cash you need. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for listening to The Wave.
The Wave.
And it's that time again, Tuesday. You're locked on to your all-hit station, The Wave. It's time for Behind the Business, brought to you compliments Quartz Ready Cash. Now, if you don't have money, you need to take care of the bills, you have a repair, your car broke down, COVID hit your bank account, it's okay. We're all in the same boat together, and Quartz Ready Cash is here to help you get the money you need now. You could get up to $20,000 if you need to, and there's no deposit that is required. The service is fast and hassle-free, and you could get same-day approval. All you need, one form of government ID, your job letter, a recent salary slip, and a utility bill. And you know how unpredictable life is. If you happen to lose your job or you've been made redundant, Quartz Ready Cash offers CPI, which is credit protection insurance on all their loans. So with CPI, if you have this unfortunate circumstance where you lose your job or you've been made redundant, they have you covered for 1 year of payment. So you could ask about that as well. Credit protection insurance with Quartz Ready Cash. Visit any branch or you can apply online. It's quite easy. www.readyfinancecaribbean.com, or you could contact the Quartz Ready Cash today and start fresh with the cash you need. All right, so behind the business, we're going behind the business of Motion Studios today, and we are joined by Tennille Thomas. She is a personal trainer. Let me tell you, she tough. True story. She tough. The fitness and wellness coach as well with Motion Studios, and the company has really transformed, grown, and transitioned throughout COVID and even before that. So we're going to be chit-chatting about that in just a little bit. Let's welcome to the program today, Tennille. Hi, Tennille.
Thank you, Masana. Thank you for having me.
We're very happy to have you on because, you know, right now, a lot of people are focused on health and wellness and
Yes.
getting fit and being healthy now. And
Yes.
everybody wants to make sure their immune system is in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
Strong. So it's nice that you're here with us and you could share some great words of wisdom and advice for those who want to get into that healthy position. But before we get to that aspect of it, we got to know a little more about Tennille, because I'm sure a lot of people know the face.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you as a dancer. We saw you on billboards the other day and ting and ting. So we want to get to know the person. Who's Tennille Thomas?
So, of course, my background, I have an extensive background in dance. I started dance from way back, tiny tot, 5 years old, going through the years with Shamalayan, into Laser Fur and the St. Lucia National Dance Theatre Company and all of that. But fitness is something that I started once I began working in the hotel industry.
Okay.
I started as a playmaker and entertainment coordinator, and fitness is one of the things that they throw you into once
as
you're
a playmaker.
Oh yeah,
really?
you have your pool aerobics, your aqua fitness,
I
that
didn't
sort
know
of
that.
thing.
Okay.
As a playmaker. So that's how I started developing the basic background for fitness. And of course, at one point, I worked on cruise ships. And through working on the cruise ship, I recognized that I got seasick all of the time. Although it was one of the jobs that I absolutely loved. The water didn't love me
you
at all. And then my best friend said, you enjoy people, and people always seem to ask you, like, how do you say so slim? How do you say so small? That sort of thing. So she's like, why don't we get involved in fitness? And at the time, Zumba was becoming like this whole big thing. And she went online and she sort of like looked up everywhere that you can go, the places you could fly to get your Zumba certification. And she said, let's do it. And I was just like, okay.
Just like that. You didn't second guess it. You just
I know,
did
right?
it.
I was like, sounds like a good idea. Okay, let's go. I think I was more excited about us flying to Miami and just having that good time and that sort of thing. So got certified, and then immediately after getting back to St. Lucia, just started like teaching Zumba. We started we started off our first Zumba classes were like in the Castries Comprehensive School.
How long ago was that?
CCSS.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2012.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah, and the Castries Comprehensive School, they accepted us, they welcomed us with open arms, myself and Susie, and we started our classes there. We got a nice group of about, I think back then it was probably like between 25 and 30 ladies. Like the ladies were ready, to start getting active, start getting involved, start exercising, and although Zumba is supposed to be 30% your own music, 70% like Latin and Zumba music. Because we were in the Caribbean, we transitioned
it up a
and
little.
used more of our Caribbean music, which really, really resonated with our culture, our people, because music is a part of us. So we decided to twist it up and use more Caribbean music as opposed to the hardcore Zumba bass, and the rest is like history.
But with Zumba, you incorporate the dance in there, which is something that you've been doing for so long. So it was kind of like a seamless transition for you.
Yes.
Now, Taniel, when you finally decided, okay, you went and get certified just like that. When you came back to St. Lucia and you started teaching the classes, is it something that you said, okay, I'm going to do this as a little business, or was it just casual for fun? How did you approach it?
What we wanted to do is do it as our business, because I recognized early that I'm not the sit down type of person. I'm a very active, fun-loving, go-getting kind of person, and I enjoy movement. I enjoy, encouraging people and motivating people. So I figured, and from very young, I started having my little dance groups and getting kids in the community involved in dance and all of that sort of thing. So I just figured, why not turn my passion into a business, into something that I can enjoy doing every day, because it's difficult if you have to go to work and feel like, oh my God, it's work, I have to get up and do that again, so it was always sort of like a business for me, but it's a passion business.
Right. So it didn't feel like work for you.
No.
You were actually happy and excited to go and exercise.
I am, and I find it so
that struggle.
so I find it so fulfilling, and sometimes you're having like a long, tiring day, or just like your personal life is just taking a toll on you. And when you get out there, when I get out in front of a class, like I think sometimes I just completely forget that whatever
everything
is happening
that's going on,
you just forget and you just enjoy and let loose and have fun, and it's really good. And it's nice for me when I'm in front of a class to see like the transition in the ladies as well, because sometimes you see like when the clients walk in, you can tell they look like they had a tough day, but by the time they start moving, and I guess our personalities as instructors when you get there, because some days we wouldn't like joke around as much as other days, but you can tell when it's needed, when you need to get light and fun and excited,
right, and bring that energy to them as well.
Yes.
So okay, so then you started off the company, and at that time there really wasn't anything like that happening on island. You weren't getting a lot of these groups to exercise and stuff. Like you really started it off.
It was Lulu. Lulu actually started before Susie and I, and she was with Sandals at the time.
Right.
So she started it off, and then Susie and I just sort of took over, because Lulu now ended up transitioning onto ships.
Yes.
So she left, and then it was
So you really kind of started that movement here.
Exactly.
Because that was way back.
Way back.
But Tennille, like you said earlier, a lot of people ask you, how were you able to maintain your physique, and you looked so youthful, and like you're that type of person that nobody would know your age just looking at you.
Yes.
You're one of those. But how has it been, this fitness journey? Do you eat healthy? What is your lifestyle like?
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle for me. If I go too long, because you have moments of vacation and all of that, and if I go too long without exercising, I start to feel sluggish. I start to feel like I need to get moving and keep my body energized. There's also the mindset behind everything. I believe in a healthy mind is very, very important, So for me, meditation, saying daily affirmations, my prayers, those things are very important. When I wake up in the morning, if I wake up like somebody made me jump, or maybe I overslept and have to rush out and I'm not able to pray or not able to meditate, it sort of throws your day off.
Wow. Okay.
So for me, mindset meditation is also a big thing. And I'm only now starting to incorporate that with my clients, and then eating right. For me, I have a balance, because I wouldn't say that I eat perfect, and I just eat completely healthy. Because if I'm being honest, I like my occasional KFC and that
well, we're
sort of
happy
thing.
to hear that. So we don't feel so bad over here. We're happy to hear that.
But like I always try to tell the clients, it's about consistency in anything that you do and striking a balance, because especially with eating, because that's sort of like a touchy situation with a lot of people who suffer with weight gain and possibly obesity. One of the things that they find hard is to eat healthy, and I think for a lot of them, in their heads they come up with all of those self-sabotaging beliefs that is keeping them trapped, thinking that they can't do what it is that they need to do. And I always try to encourage my clients, to start small and take things in moderation. Because sometimes if you try to cut off something immediately, it can be a bit of a shock, and then after a while you're just tempted to just fall off the bandwagon. But if you do things in moderation, then slowly but surely it becomes a habit and becomes part of your lifestyle. So
right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get back into the healthy eating aspect about it, because especially now it's so important with what's going on to stay healthy and all that. Let's get back to to Motion Studios. So you were at CCSS. How long did you stay there before you transitioned?
We were with CCSS for about a year, and at that point I decided, because my friend, because of what she was doing a lot of traveling and stuff at the time, so then because she would have no longer been on the team the way she wanted to, I decided, why not get a space of my own, so that way, instead of me moving around everywhere, I can simply have people come to the space for the classes. So that's how Motion Studios was actually developed.
How did you come up with the name? Were you toying with names, or it just came to you?
Toying with names, like in the middle of the night, and thinking of all of the things that I had done with regards to dance, and the fact that I was now transitioning into dance fitness, and and when you think dance or you think fitness, you think movement, you think motion, you think and that's how I just toyed played with names, and then one night I was like Motion Studios. and it's like,
you took it from there. So you got a space, and people came to you, and tried out the fitness, dance and fitness.
Yes. So the first location was actually in Rodney Heights, the Alfiona Plaza. That's where West Tech building
used to be. Okay, and you were there for quite some time.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Years,
and then after you transitioned to another location. Yeah, that's when I joined.
Yes,
it was nice.
Transitioned to upstairs Kilago, the Sportivo Center, and again that was like a great facility.
Yeah. Now, how were you able, in terms of instructors, because it's no longer just you, like you said at one point it was just you, and did it at that point become too much to handle because you were getting a lot of people coming in? You had to now have that energy for your classes.
Well the thing is, right, with time age starts to kick in. And Zumba, which is what I mainly did, it's high energy, high cardio, So after a while, it begins to take a toll on your body energetically, and so I spoke with my friends, colleagues who were in the dance industry, see if they were interested in transitioning into fitness. My one of my closest friends, Carol, was one of the first to say, hey, yes. I approached her first, and she jumped on board with me. Back then I also had another friend, Donna Femindipidi, who jumped on board, and they both transitioned into becoming instructors. And once I transitioned over to Kilago, because I also had another male instructor, Chacho, who does Soca Fit. Once he went into Soca Fit, I wanted to kind of still keep like having at least one male instructor to have that male energy, that masculine energy in the room. So that's when we spoke with Alva, who's in dance as well, and wanted to transition into fitness to bring them on board. And Masana, that team, I honestly can't ask for a better team of people. I swear, I'm so blessed to have each and every one of them, because they're absolutely incredible. They have a passion for fitness. They have a passion for the clients and helping the clients reach their goals. They really are hands-on.
Yeah, it's true. And us being clients, we feed off of that energy, because there are days it's like, you want me to go again? Another one? What?
Yeah, and you get the let's go.
You guys really push.
We really are very, very passionate about, helping our ladies, get not only achieve their goal, but once you achieve your goal, it really brings a different level of confidence, in that woman, and self-esteem and self-worth, and just knowing, hey, if I could do that, then anything I set my mind to, like, let's go.
Now, at that time, because the business was doing quite well, it was very successful. You had a lot of clients, different classes. You were also still dancing at the time?
Yes. Yes, still had our my friend and business partner Carol and I still had our dance company, Movement International, still producing productions. We had like 5 nights a week at Royalton, you know. So we would still do our classes.
Where
do
you
our
get that
classes,
energy from?
finish classes, and then
go
rush
and dance
up to the hotel to perform. And you know, those hotel productions, let me tell you, it's a
They're
whole
extra, yeah.
different level of energy, you know. So yeah, so
It was a tough
we've
balance.
been really, really physical. Yeah.
And you also incorporated kids classes because you were doing kids productions
Yes.
as well, and so tell us a little about that.
The kids classes, again, another passion that I've been doing, like I said, from very young. Once I hit, like, I think I was like 19 when I started my first kids dance group, Jeunesse. That was the name back.
Oh, that was you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that, Tennille.
Jeunesse,
Okay.
yeah,
I think
because
everybody knows that group.
Let me tell you, Jeunesse. So I was really young when I started that group, and it was just such a joy, like having these kids. And I've always had the kids from very young, from like they were like 3 years old all the way to like 17, you know. And I've just been blessed to always have all these kids in the group, and seeing how, you know, I can just teach and pass on that passion of mine for dance to them, and seeing them developing. Don't ask for those who like stay for a couple of years, where you can see them transition and grow as a young dancer. It's incredible. So that's something that I always wanted to sort of like pay it forward, because you know, when with me in dance, once I started at 5 years old. I had some of the best dance instructors on the island. I had Rosemary Etienne, I had Carlton Ishmael, I had Ikel. You know, it was just really incredible. Virginia Alexander, Christine Samuel, you know, all of these people impacted my life as a dancer so much, and I wanted to be able to pay that forward, you know, and just impact the lives of other young dancers or aspiring dancers coming along. And so that's one of the things that, even though Motion Studios started off as fitness, dance fitness, you know, I just felt like, hey, I can't leave my kids behind.
You have to, yeah.
You know, I have to.
And how important is it for kids at that young age to become active and, you know, get into that field, dancing and all that?
I think it's so important because, listen, some of as part of our culture, sometimes girls especially, you know, are not encouraged to be expressive and, you know, to just try to be free, you know. And I think dance is so important because it really helps develop, you know, these skill sets of expressing yourself and the freedom or the confidence of being on stage and being in front of people and social interactions and all of that. And, you know, it's nice to see children. Some kids, when they come in, they literally cry because, you know, they're afraid. They don't want their parents to
leave them, right?
And like by week 3, the parents would be wondering, like,
what did y'all do?
What's going on?
What's happening
to my child? My child not even. It's just take their things and pam into the class, you know. And even with the way they begin expressing themselves and being more confident and open, you know, it's really a good experience seeing the kids transition and developing so well. Not to mention when their technique and skills as a dancer begin to flourish, like, it's really, really something else. And we have to also realize that not all kids are academically inclined or focused on academics. Some kids really are creatives, you know, and the creative industry is something that they would really be able to flourish in. And we have, as parents, it's nice to be able to encourage and nurture these skills and these talents.
Nice.
Because I was, you know, I've always been a creative, and thanks to my mom and my aunt who started me off, you know, I have to give kudos to them for encouraging and
developing
and
that
and
in
developing
you. Yeah.
that. You know.
Really nice. And you also do summer camps for the kids as well. So now with COVID and everything, your dance classes for kids still continues. How are you able to manage?
It still continues on a much smaller scale, though, because we have to be mindful of not having too many kids, too many people, not
in
just
general,
kids, too many individuals in one space, to make sure that you can kind of manage sort of the spread of COVID. So the classes are a lot smaller. Before, my kids' classes used to have anywhere from 60 to 80 students.
Wow.
So the productions were always a huge thing because so many kids involved, so many students, and now I've actually narrowed it down to 25 students between the three classes.
Okay. And is there, can persons still register their children, or is that closed off?
Well, only in the class 1, which is the 3 to 5 year old age group, I still have availability. But class 2 and 3, which is from 5 to 17, they're both closed. Off.
And I think too, it's also quite important because now the kids are home doing their schooling, so they don't get that active time being at school, running on the playground. They're literally at home on the bed in front of the computer. They move from the bed to the living room, and that's all the activity that they get. So it's good to exercise and to get that out of them as well. Speaking of which, you also transitioned your Zumba Motion Studios classes as well. With COVID, it was quite unpredictable, the climate.
Very unpredictable, which was because COVID hit, that was one of the reasons I was forced to move out of the Kilago space and into the open air space of where we were at the former Cuba in Rodney Bay. But then COVID has been so unpredictable, and it's always, for the past year and a half, the closing and opening and closing and opening, and it's been sort of a nightmare. But of course, I always push through and try and come through for the ladies, because let me tell you, exercise is so important, especially right now. And we have such high rates of diabetes, hypertension, and all of these illnesses, that is directly linked sort of to obesity and overeating and all of that. And I just want to still have that avenue where people can still come and still exercise but feel safe.
Okay.
So we've transitioned, we've gone into a smaller space, and with doing that, we've transitioned out of Zumba, which is what Motion Studios actually started off as, and gone into semi-personal and personal training classes.
And how for you, was that a scary move? It was like you were kind of forced to you were kind of forced to do it because with COVID and stuff, it made more sense. But then it's still scary because you had such a good thing going.
Exactly.
And now you had to change it. So what was that like for you? If you don't have fear, what drives you, right? Because fear is like a driving force to keep us pushing forward. And not for all. For some, it's a deterrent.
For some, it can actually be crippling, and deter them. But for me, I use that fear and discomfort in the pit of my stomach, and I was like, Tenille, what are you going to do? Are you just going to just give up on your clients and close down and give up on all of the hard work that you've put in and all of the changes that you're making in some of these ladies' lives? You're actually seeing such a big difference in them, not just in them physically, but in them, like their whole personalities, and you're just seeing them thrive and change. And I was like, you know what? Those who are supposed to be there and move forward with this, they will come. They will embrace it. They will see the value in in the transition, the value in the program, the different programs that I'm now giving, and transition into it. And that is exactly what happened.
And how is that? So now with the semi-personal and personal training, what does it encompass, and what age range do you target? Can any lady who's looking to lose weight or to tone or to be fit be a part of your program?
Any lady, any woman. We have a handful of gentlemen as well. A handful of gentlemen as well. But with, of course, the majority is female. But anyone who is looking to not just lose weight, but like you said, to tone, stay healthy, keep themselves and their health and fitness in check, can actually join the program. We have two programs available. We have the personal training, that's the one-on-one coaching, and the semi-personal training, where from 2 to 4 people per group. So it's small group coaching. And with these programs, they get their fitness classes. It's three fitness sessions per week. They get their meal plan. They get the fitness, weight management coaching and tracking. And right now I'm just going into developing the mindset side of things, where just gentle reminders through WhatsApp and that sort of thing, sending little meditations and affirmations that you could say daily, to just kind of encourage you to get into the mindset of releasing some of those limiting and self-sabotaging beliefs and stuff like that. And so anyone can, who's ready. I shouldn't say anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone
who's ready. It's important to say
ready and committed to transforming their lives and getting on this lifestyle of health and fitness, then the program is for them.
Yeah. And not to intimidate anybody. It's not like, oh my gosh, well then that means I can't do it. It's just taking one step forward and starting your journey there.
Because for me, I would prefer people who are ready for the change, who are ready to live, a healthy lifestyle. And when I say live a healthy lifestyle, I don't mean that all of a sudden you have to eat 2 spoons of rice and call it a lifestyle. I mean people who are willing to change some habits that are keeping them in the position that they're in right now, that they want to get out of. And if they're ready and they're ready to give it all that they have, then the program is definitely for them, because we are here to encourage, we're here to motivate, we're here to help. We're here to be on that journey with them, to help guide them, but it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You can't expect that, because I'm paying for semi-personal training, or I'm paying for personal training. Once I come to the classes,
my body will transform me
how I want,
true.
and then all of a sudden, like a magic pill, poof, my body is going to transform. It
you
doesn't
have to
work
put
that
in
way.
the effort.
You have to put in the effort, and you have to put in the effort all round, full 100. So it's, like I said, it's not just about the classes, the fitness classes, but it's also how you eat. And you'd be surprised, simple things like the sleeping habits can affect, somebody's weight.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to just touch on that a little more, but just before I do so, and it's a perfect option as well for persons who, like, going to the gym is just not. It's just not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's too much. You see machines, you don't even know, am I supposed to pull
Use
this way or that way? Or,
exactly.
So you have somebody there to guide you, to encourage you. When you feel like you can't do another set, you give that
and
that
we
solid
develop,
energy.
and what we do is we actually develop the workout plan, the fitness plan, specific to the individual's needs. So of course we have some ladies who their main goal is to lose weight. One person might want to lose 20 pounds. Another person, they don't want to lose weight. What they want to do is lose some, tone their stomach. You have people who come to us and they want to grow their hips, grow their bum, so,
right.
And we develop the workouts specific to what the clients want.
Yeah. And just to go back on the sleep patterns and stuff before we close up, Tennille, how important is it? What advice would you have for persons at home? There are a lot of people now who work from home, so now they're even more inactive than they were being in the office. At least you walk up the stairs to work or something, but you're just sitting in the house, going back and forth whole day.
Yes.
The most you do is maybe a run to the supermarket, and then you come back, and then you start to see the pounds just appearing,
piling up.
Before you check yourself, you're 10-15 pounds heavier than you were just a few months or weeks ago.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for persons at home who maybe cannot leave, maybe they have kids, etc., that they have to watch, but they want to be active, to take care of their immune system? What steps would you encourage and advise?
Active. There are simple things that we can purchase. But my number one favorite store is S&S. Let me tell you, a simple, stop at S&S. Get a skipping rope. Something as simple as a skipping rope can help keep you active. Get on YouTube, get these short, simple exercises that you can do at home. So for those of you, if you're working at home, get a short workout that you can do, whether it's 10 or 15 minutes out of your day that you take, and you sort of plan your day. Miss Anna, you know what? Let me give them a nice little rundown.
Give it to us, my girl.
A nice little rundown, right, of what it is that you can actually do if you figure you don't have the time, or you're actually scared to get out of the house and go to a gym, get involved in a fitness program. One of the things that I would encourage you to do is target these 5 areas. There's the mindset, that's number 1. There's your eating habits, there's your sleeping habits, there's exercise, and your water intake. And in order to target all of these things, just number 1, which is mindset, just get like a simple meditation, whether it's on YouTube, or if you're into affirmations, you can write down your affirmations, to try and encourage yourself and get into that positive mindset of changing the way you think and feel about yourself. So meditation, affirmations, that would be one thing that you can start and close your day off with. Then there are simple changes that you can make to your diet. Nothing big or grand. Number 1, you could start by incorporating a lot more fruits and vegetables as your daily intake into your diet. And try to cut down on your portion sizes, because portion control is actually a good thing to help with managing your weight.
And
so
the sugar and the flour,
exactly.
the bread.
I have so many clients who love bread. I love bread myself, and what I tell them is just cut down. You don't have to cut it off completely to start. I mean, at some point gradually we would probably get there, but in the beginning just cut it down. So if you eat 3 loaves, you buy these rolls and you eat 3 rolls for the night, cut it down, take it down by 2 in the first instance, and then a little later, maybe 2-3 weeks down the line, gradually you can take it down to 1.5 and then 1, and before you know it, you're probably not even having the urge anymore for the bread. So just being consistent with small cutbacks, it really does go a long way. Watching the water intake, trying to get at least 6 to 8 glasses of water for the day, at least, minimum, That's an important one. And your exercise, try and exercise, 3 to 5 times a week. It doesn't have to be long. You don't have to be exercising for an hour.
I feel a lot of people think that, you have to do some strenuous, ridiculously long exercises to feel like you're getting something.
You don't. For those of you who you're just at home and you really don't have the avenue of getting into a program and getting out there, just get some short exercises that you can do do at home, because it's worth getting active for 15 minutes. It's worth doing that. It's better for your health in the long run than just staying home and just being a couch potato doing absolutely nothing. You know, for us, of course, we take it on a whole different level. If you come into the studio, you know, we incorporate resistance and weight training and cardio training, depending on the goals of the client. But those are simple things that people can do at home, and ensuring that, you know, you can get at least 6 to 8 hours of deep sleep at night is so important. And people wouldn't realize how you know, how far that can go in helping them with their weight management.
Just yesterday I was having a conversation with Marcy, and she was talking about how people could do everything else right, like what you mentioned, and then just forget about the sleep component of it, and it throws everything off. Everything off. So, you know, so those are the simple things that you could do at home to, you know, just get in check and take action and make sure that you're, you know, and sort of on the right track for living a fit and healthy lifestyle. Get into motion. Tennille, thank you so much for joining us. Just share with us your contact information for those who want to take that step. They heard you today. You convinced them to just try it out. Just add a little bit of exercise, just a little to start off. How do we get a hold of you, Tennille?
You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you go on there, you'll get our pages. On Facebook, we're Motion Studios SLU, and on Instagram, it's Motion Studios St. Lucia. ST, not the complete spelling. St. Lucia. So you can get us on there, follow the pages, and, you know, if you go through, you'll see all what we've been up to over the years and get an idea and a sense and a feel of us and what we offer. And you can also either call or WhatsApp 720-0003 if you'd like more information and you want to become a part of that movement.
Yay! Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing the information, Tennille, as well. We wish you all the very best with Motion Studios, and looking forward to seeing what else you could come up with.
Yes. We have some great plans ahead. We have our weight management program that we're going to be launching soon. So, you know, look out for that. Look out for that, because it's there to help you get
you
results.
That's right. Behind the Business brought to you compliments Quartz Ready Cash. Remember, if you need the money and you need it now, stop worrying. Quartz Ready Cash is here to help you out. You can get up to $20,000. There's no deposit that is required. Just visit them today to start fresh with the cash you need. You can log on to their website as well, which is www.readyfinancecaribbean.com. All right, Behind the Business every Tuesday here on The Wave with Quartz Ready Cash.
Are you struggling because you don't have enough money for bills, repairs, or an emergency?
Of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me nah say me nah
But
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me nah say me nah
But
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me nah say me nah
But
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you can find
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you confide in
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM. The home of modern music.
Get your praise from someone else.
I made no promises.
One kiss is all it takes. If a girl touch me, me nah say me nah
What
be
you
that.
tell when you are buying you, be more careful, do you confide in
Stay connected all day, every day. WhatsApp us anytime. 727-4474. The Wave 94.5 and 93.7 FM.